Hey guys, it's Deanna.
Hey, this is Brett. Welcome back to another episode of Hard Lessons.
So is this like number 3, 4?
This is 4. 1 month today.
Sweet.
Little
High
podcast
five, man.
is 1 month old.
Heck yeah.
Starting to hold her head up. No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either usually.
Right.
So, how's your week?
You mean like today?
Last week?
Week? I was like, today's just Monday, so I don't know what the rest of the week's gonna hold. Busy. Going to college, working.
Overachiever.
So, I stay busy.
Yeah, you do.
So how about yours?
It was great till our water heater went out.
Oh yeah, that would be an issue, wouldn't it?
Small one. And then the guy didn't show up Friday to fix it like he said he would, so we still don't have hot water.
This is true. Now, why didn't I remember that? I'm fond of indoor plumbing.
I don't know. I always said God knew what century to born me in.
Born you?
I'm not an intellect. I'm not going to college and working too, so.
Oh. I don't think it takes, smarts to do it.
Well, it might.
Well, I think it just takes some dedication and goals. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, so what is today's topic on?
True crime, our first true crime episode.
Ooh, love it.
So you ready to begin?
Heck yeah, what's today's fun fact thing?
Today's fun fact. What is the national animal of Scotland?
Porcupine.
Oh.
Like them large porcupine things.
Did I already tell you this?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you got it wrong.
Okay. I was like,
It's a unicorn.
A unicorn. Those
Hey.
things don't even exist. I'm sorry.
Don't tell a Scottish person that.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, hey to our soon-to-be future brother-in-law, Robert.
Heck yeah.
He is Scottish, not Swedish.
Inside joke.
Inside joke there. But hope all is well, big guy. And him and baby sister are actually in Texas from North Carolina right now going to see the Marfa lights.
Oh, sweet. I can't wait to hear about those.
I can't either. They've promised us pictures, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Okay, so unicorn.
Unicorn. They are known in Celtic mythology for chivalry, dominance, as well as purity and innocence.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they are what's the word I'm looking for? Prestigious, basically. I always picture when somebody says unicorn, I always picture Pegasus. It's not a unicorn. Pegasus is not a unicorn.
It's a flying horse.
I know, but didn't unicorns fly? No, they don't. Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe, I'm learning something new about unicorns. They just have the horn, and they don't fly. Pegasus doesn't have the horn and flies. Two totally separate
Things.
entities, beings, non-existent, but, however, anyway.
That's right.
Okay, so I learned something new by my own ignorance.
It's all good. So today, like we said, this is our first venture into true crime. And before we get started, I just wanted to say real quick, just as a reminder, or if this is the first episode you've listened to, I spent 10 years as a cop. Cops sometimes get a bad rap because, they have a lot that they have to deal with. Some of them can handle it well, some of them can't. And sometimes as a cop, you get a sick sense of humor. And so I did develop that.
You had a twisted sense of humor about it. Yeah.
And so if I say something during this episode that offends anybody or anything, I will apologize right now. That I'm going to try not to do that. That is just basically my defense mechanism I had. And so, so I just wanted to say that. Also, this will be a very heavy case. It involves the murder of some kids and other people, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail as far as the kids, but they do deserve their story to be told. And so on stories like this, it's often good to have like a little palate cleanser. And so I'm thinking there's a lot of the lighter side that happened in law enforcement. And so I'm thinking that at the end of episodes like this, telling one of the funny stories that I had from my days.
Can we tell one of the stories, like when I got to do a ride-along with you?
Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I've already got one picked out for today, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at some point in time. I mean,
Absolutely.
That would be kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for apologizing in advance.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And also, my very first job in law enforcement was in a local county sheriff's office, local to us here as a deputy. And I had a trainer who was like, just pretend like you're back in school and list, when you're out in the field taking your notes for your report, list out the who's, the what's, the where's, the why's. And then when you go back to the station to type out your report, it'll make it a lot easier. And so that's how I did my notes today.
So you come up with your own outline, your own template to make these little reports. That's awesome. It will help maybe me stay on track.
Absolutely.
Too many squirrels.
So let's get started.
Awesome. Well, not awesome, but okay.
True crime is defined as a nonfiction, literary, podcast, and film genre in which the author examines a crime and details the actions of people associated and affected by criminal events.
Okay.
That came from dictionary.com.
Awesome.
So,
okay, who is it about?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You were looking a little perplexed
No,
there.
no. The Who. Victims. Stephen Robert Stay, born April 30th, 1975 in Riverside County, California. Passed away July 9th, 2014 in Spring, Texas. He was the husband/father.
Okay.
Next we have Katie Marie Stay. She was born October 6th, 1979, Ooh. And passed away July 9th, 2014 in Spring, Texas. Okay. She was the wife/mom.
Okay.
And before we go any further, today's episode is about the Stay family.
Okay.
So I remembered I didn't give you the title earlier.
Well, that's points off, man.
Sorry. Next we
50
have...
for you. I'm just playing.
Next we have the kids, and I'm just going to give their names and ages. I mean, they pretty much passed away on July 9th.
Yeah.
And so first we have Cassidy Stay, age 15.
Okay.
Brian Stay, age 13. Emily Stay, age 9.
Okay.
Rebecca Stay, age 6. And Zachary Stay, age 4.
Oh, there's 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now we'll go to the suspect.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Okay.
Ronald Lee Haskell, born August 26th, 1980 in San Marcos, California, but grew up in Alaska. In high school, he was voted most likely to succeed the homecoming and prom queen of his graduating class. So he started out good.
Yeah, he sounds like he was like really up there popular in school.
Yes, ma'am. And next we have Ron's ex-wife, Melanie K. Lyon. They were married on March 15th, 2002 in Orange County, California. And their divorce was final on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2014.
Okay. Sorry, I chased a squirrel. What was the year they got married?
2002, March 13th.
March 13th. Okay, 11 years?
12.
12 years?
1 month short of 12 years.
Okay, and then they got divorced in February.
Of 2014.
Okay. Just trying to piece it together.
They lived in Utah while they were married. It was a very, very violent marriage. Several calls to the police for domestic disturbances. The final straw was him pulling her out of the bed by the head of her hair in front of their children, and the kids having to witness it. So.
But he didn't. Did he show any of those aggressive tendencies in high school? I mean, he was voted most popular, like, dude, and.
Yeah, it said that he was basically almost like a Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde.
Oh.
That in public, he was totally different than he was at home. And he didn't show himself to very many people.
Yeah, what a butthole.
Yeah. So the connection is Katie, his ex-wife.
Okay.
No, sorry. Katie, the wife/mom, Katie Stay. Melanie, Ron's ex-wife, are sisters.
Okay, wait a minute. I must have missed connecting some dots.
Okay.
So Ron was married to who first?
The only marriage he had was to Melanie.
To Melanie.
Her sister, Katie,
Okay.
is married to Stephen, and they have those 5 kids.
Okay, so Stephen and Katie have the 5 kids. Stephen and Katie Stay have the 5 kids.
Correct. Katie and Melanie are sisters.
Okay, so who's the wife?
Of Ron?
Yeah.
Melanie. Katie's sister.
Okay. So the connection is they're just sisters.
Correct.
Is Melanie a Stay as well?
No, she didn't marry Stephen Stay.
Didn't know if it was Stephen's brother. I'm trying to connect dots because my brain is like going haywire here.
Okay, suspect married Melanie. So she became Melanie K. Haskell instead of Melanie K. Lyon.
Okay.
Melanie K. Haskell is sisters to
Katie
Stay.
Okay. So Ronald, who's married to Melanie, is the suspect in the crimes or killings of Katie Stay and the kids.
And her husband, Stephen. Allegedly. Let's move on.
Okay.
Are
Now
you
that I
ready
got
to
it
move
right.
on?
Yes.
Okay.
I just had to get that straight because I'm like, wait a second. Where did these people come from?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you now.
And as a side note, when there are a lot of individuals involved,
Okay.
there's another podcast that I listen to that she will have like little stuffed people, and she'll assign people
So she can keep it straight.
so she can keep it.
See, I may need to I'm writing it down now.
Okay. And so the win is March 9th, 2014. The where is a suburb of Houston in Spring, Texas.
Okay.
Now we'll move on to the how.
Okay, so This happened when? March what?
No, not March. June 9th, 2014.
Okay.
July 9th, 2014. I'm
July.
sorry.
No, I'm
sitting here looking at
confusing you.
I'm sitting here looking at 07 and I'm calling it June when it should be July.
Okay, so July 2014.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then...
The divorce was just a few months earlier in February of 2014.
But it wasn't Katie and her husband.
No.
Oh, see, that's why I was like, I thought it was Katie's husband that was the aggressive...
No, he was listed under the victims.
Okay, well, I had squirrels going and I needed to get rid of them.
I got you.
I'm here with you now. Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay, so it is a most likely very warm and humid summer day in July of 2014 in Spring, Texas.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would imagine. Stephen and Katie get up. The kids get up. They say their good mornings. Mom and Dad tell the kids, hey, we got some errands to go run. We will be back in a little while.
Okay.
So Stephen and Katie leave, and leaving the oldest, Cassidy, in charge of her brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
A few hours into them being gone, there's a knock at the door.
Okay.
Katie goes and looks out the peephole and sees that it is a FedEx employee.
Okay.
So she doesn't see him holding any packages. She doesn't see a FedEx truck, but she's like, well, maybe it's just out of eyesight. So she opens the door and immediately tells the man standing there, my parents aren't home right now.
Oh, no.
No victim blaming, but never tell somebody that.
Yeah.
So the FedEx driver says, okay, and turns around and walks off.
Okay, that doesn't... what's the word I'm looking for?
Forebode?
Yeah, bode well.
Bode well.
Yeah, I just got the 4. Anyway.
So Cassidy shuts the door and turns to walk off. But then here's a knock at the door again, just a few short minutes later. She goes and looks out the peephole, and there stands the same FedEx man.
Nope.
So she opens the door and again says, my parents still aren't home.
Like, dude, it's been like seconds.
And she hears the FedEx man say, I'm your Uncle Ron. Katie immediately gets scared and Cassidy immediately gets scared and probably had a look on her face like you're giving me now, like, oh cow.
She didn't know.
It had been years since she had seen him.
Oh, but she
Because
immediately got scared, so she knew something was not kosher.
They lived in Texas. The aunt and uncle lived in Utah, so it had been years since but she knew. I mean,
and she probably heard the stories from her mom talking.
You know, I can remember when I was younger, I had an aunt who was married to a very violent man. And I remember one day Mom coming into the living room and telling me and Sean, if I tell you to run next door to the Sims' house, you run next door to the Sims' house and don't look back. And I'm thinking, well, what are you going to do, Mom? And she's like, you boys go to, just...
Yeah.
Because he had got out and was looking for the family.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they had maybe some discussions.
Oh, I bet so.
Such as that. And so...
So he tells Cassidy...
I'm your Uncle Ron.
Okay, and she immediately
tries to shut the door, but he blocks it and forced his way in. How did he get a FedEx uniform, you might ask?
Halloween's Are Us or something? Like it's a costume?
He worked for FedEx in Utah as a delivery driver.
Oh, dude, I wonder if he drove his FedEx truck from Utah all the way. No? Okay.
No, just the uniform.
Just the uniform. Okay.
He tied Cassidy and her 4 siblings up, forced them to lay face down. It was still probably a good 30 minutes or so before her mom and dad came home, and Uncle Ron was pacing the floor back and forth, asking him, "Where's Melanie? Where's your aunt? Where they got her hid? Where are they?"
Oh, the backstory. Yeah, because they were divorced. Melanie went into hiding because he's a cuckoo, and naturally thought that they went there.
Yeah.
Innocent bystanders.
She's like, "I haven't seen my Aunt Melanie." "Shut up, quit lying to me. Where is she?" "Well, how are you supposed to shut up and tell her where she is? Tell him where she is."
Well, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, like, when you're in those moments, it's just all these conversations going on, and, you know, you want to know, tell me where they are, and yet, please don't talk.
Exactly. Cassidy was also doing a really good job of keeping her siblings calm by telling them, you know, this will be over soon. We'll be out of here. We'll be okay. We're going to be okay.
Okay.
The parents arrived home, like I said, probably about 20-30 minutes after he had Cassidy and her siblings tied up.
Okay.
He quickly overpowered both of them, tied them up, had them all 7 in the front room,
Okay.
laying on their stomachs, and again kept asking, "Where is Melanie? Where is Melanie?" They refused to tell him, either saying, "We don't know," or just not talking at all.
Well, the kids probably had no idea anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, some things you don't tell kids because they're just going to blab it. Not meaning to, but they're going to blab it.
Exactly. So getting frustrated, he shot all 7 in the back of the head, execution style. Okay. Mom, dad, 5 kids.
Yes. Okay.
Ron stayed on scene, saying that he's going to kill the rest of the family until he finds Melanie. And was
Who's he saying this to? They're dead.
Maybe he's talking to himself. I don't know. But
so who recorded that part? Is that what he was saying?
There.
Okay, because I'm already confused. Okay.
Okay. Well, you're about to get more confused, but it's going to wrap up in a nice tiny little bow here in a minute.
Okay, I'm thinking death penalty, but whatever.
Planned on going to the grandparents' house next. This is a key fact to know.
Okay. So state family is done. Okay.
Or are they?
Well, he just killed them.
But police find Haskell just 2 blocks from the grandparents' house.
Okay. So he executed the Stay family. Mm-hmm. And then decides, hey, I bet Grandma and Grandpa know where she's at. And then he takes off to their house.
Exactly.
And the coppers get him.
There's some other family in the area also. But he was going to grandparents next.
Okay. So then the police pull him over or catch him blocks?
Well, they find him a few blocks from the house.
Okay.
A 20-minute vehicle pursuit ensued, with 24 cops following him.
Okay, I gotta back up for a second.
Okay.
So, in between the time that he executes the Stay family and decides to go Grandma and Grandpa's, does somebody, call the cops like something is suspicious between the Stay family and Grandma and Grandpa's house? Or did he just look insane to begin with and then a pursuit happened? Because this doesn't I need the dots connected. There's a gap and I don't like it.
So 20-minute vehicle pursuit ensued.
Okay.
Involving 24 cops. They finally deployed spike strips.
Okay,
which works amazing.
Awesome.
And the chase ended around 7 p.m.
Okay.
Less than 3 miles from the Stay family home.
Awesome. That's a good thing. That's an awesome thing. And Grandma and Grandpa didn't get hurt.
Grandma and Grandpa didn't get hurt.
Good.
A 3-hour standoff then began.
He's in his freaking car. What kind of
With
Standoff is needed.
with a gun pointed to his head for 3 hours. This was in a cul-de-sac, and so obviously the houses surrounding it were evacuated. And just after 10 p.m., the suspects surrendered without incident.
So it took 3 hours for them to like.
Well, I mean, they don't want to rush into anything and him actually shoot himself because then they get no answers.
Oh, well, I know. I totally understand it. But here I'm thinking like, man, somebody needs to like practice some blow dart stuff happening.
Right.
Like shooting through the windshield and it just makes him go to sleep. Is there a robot thingy that you could go underneath the car kind of secretly and do like some sleepy gas and makes him go to sleep?
Something. That would be cool.
I mean, because like, dude.
You may have just had $1 million idea.
3 hours later.
I know.
That's my SpongeBob voice.
It seems ridiculous at times, but that's when you just got to be patient.
Okay, that's probably why I'm not
So-
a cop.
So how did the police know
Exactly.
to pull him over?
Exactly. Did he have like a red flag on him saying, I just committed a mass murder?
I will tell you.
Okay, good. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
We need Perry Mason music.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Might be a lawsuit, though, for copyright.
What if we like...
Bought it? We'd have to buy it.
No, but what if we asked if we could use the Perry Mason theme or something?
Who would we ask?
Well, I don't
Isn't
know.
Perry Mason dead?
Yes.
Okay, so we couldn't ask him.
No, I'm thinking like whoever produced it or, YouTube.
Hey, people out there listening, if you know the answer, let us know. Okay? Thank you. So how did the cops know to look for Ron?
Yes.
Miraculously, Cassidy was able to raise her hand just enough to deflect the bullet. And all she did, she laid there and pretended to be dead while he...
Shot everybody.
Well, she was the last one.
Oh, okay.
And so, but while he paced around and was ranting, going off his...
That's the witness. I gotcha.
She later told reporters that it felt like angels were putting their hands over her mouth and whispering in her ear, just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely. Cassidy's injuries were a fractured skull, and her finger ended up having to be amputated.
Well, yeah, it pretty much blew off.
Yeah. So, now, how bad a guy is Ron?
Dude, and she was tied up. Like, how
She just somehow got her hand up just enough.
or loose just enough, and she flung it. Okay.
How bad a guy is Ron?
Well, he just...
Just a week before the shootings, his mother, Carla Haskell, so we have another person to add to the list,
Holy cow.
filed a report with the police over what she considered and I'm doing quotes, ferocious argument. He forced her into the garage, wrists tied with duct tape, and taped to a computer chair for over 4 hours, ranting and raving about murdering her and his entire family.
Okay.
The argument was over the fact that Carla, his mother, had talked to Melanie, his ex-wife.
Oh my gosh. You know what is even sad is there's still people out there like this.
Yes, ma'am. But refused to tell him where Melanie was.
Good for his mom.
Haskell stole guns and left the house. So that's where he got the guns to commit the murder.
Okay. Got you.
They searched for him but couldn't find him anywhere and didn't hear anything else about him until the police in Spring, Texas called looking for information on him and letting them know about the shootings in Spring.
Ah.
So, the why.
Okay, yeah, why? 'Cause he's
revenge,
crazy?
jealousy. He took the attitude of, he can't have her, nobody can. He wouldn't stop and was willing to kill everybody in his way.
Well, yeah. Is that like almost a definition of like a narcissist type thing?
I would think so. I will write down and look up the definition of a narcissist. But that did spring up a memory of one of the articles that I read on this case where, like when it was doing all the pre-trial stuff, because even though they know he did it, it's
You still got to go to trial.
Still got to go to trial, and his attorneys did bring up the insanity plea, and one of the psychologists actually, and don't quote me on this isn't a quote for word quote, but basically said he's not crazy, he's just narcissistic.
Ah.
So yeah, that would
So
be
he's just a control freak.
control freak.
Like aggressive, terrible. I was going to say something, but I will not because it's not polite.
All right. In October of 2019,
Okay.
so 5 years after the murders happened, shockingly, Haskell was found guilty.
No. No way.
it-
That's a shock. I don't understand how they could find him guilty.
It ranks right up there at the top of most surprising courtroom cases. And was sentenced to death. So he is now
Where is he sentenced to death at?
here in Texas.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I wasn't supposed to be like that. Sorry.
He is living in Huntsville on death row. He does not, if we go back to episode 1, Savory Feast, listen to it now on iTunes.
He doesn't
iHeart also.
get a last meal.
He gets a last meal. He just doesn't get to pick what he gets for his last meal.
No.
He gets whatever is on the menu for that day.
Hot dog spaghetti.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Egg gravy.
Maybe that tuna casserole that I had one time out
The
there with
Spanish rice, tuna casserole.
Yeah.
Spanish tuna casserole. It just sounds disgusting.
Well, like I said in that episode, it's not near as good as it sounds.
Yeah, we will not be reproducing that meal.
No.
Okay, good. Ugh.
How long was the jury out? Just 4 hours.
Whoa. Okay, so from July 2014 to 2019.
October 2019 is when he was found guilty.
Went to court. Okay. Poor feller had to be in that place with all them bad people. He couldn't figure out why.
Now, also, so you can feel a little worse for him, and I don't know if this is when he was found guilty or when he went for his initial court appearance and was either going to have a bail set or bail denied. I read it 2 different places. It was
Okay.
both ways. It was
So, like, basically
But-
after he was arrested, that happens?
you go to court for your bail hearing.
okay.
Yeah. Yes. So it was either then or when he was found guilty. He passed out because that when he went for his bail hearing, bail was denied.
Well-
The judge was like, "No, I'm not going to let you out."
Yeah, we're just doing this for legal reasons.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much an easy flight risk seeing how you have family in California. You live in Utah. You have lived in Alaska. We're here in Texas.
Yeah.
You're just going to stay right here with us. So he either passed out then and had to have the rest of the proceedings while he was sitting in a wheelchair, or when he was found guilty,
One of the two.
he passed out then and then had to have the sentencing while he was sitting in a
Oh,
wheelchair.
so what they find out was wrong with him?
Nothing. He just, the shock of it all. He passed out.
The nerve of them people for
Exactly.
finding him guilty or putting him under arrest for all of this. I mean, the nerve.
Exactly.
What are those laws for anyway? You ain't gonna do it.
So, Teach,
Yeah.
what is one of your favorite movie series of all time?
You're gonna have to narrow it down because the top one would probably be Big Bang Theory.
Movie series.
Oh, movie series. Harry Potter.
There is a Professor Dumbledore connection to this story. Are you ready for another twist?
Professor Dumbledore? Like the actor?
Are you ready for another twist?
Okay.
Hold on tight.
Okay.
Cassidy only spent a few days in the hospital with her injuries.
Okay.
And they waited and had her family's memorial service when she got out. And she actually spoke at the memorial.
It's a brave girl.
Oh my
brave,
gosh, brave
like
girl.
All caps.
Yes. In her eulogy, Cassidy stated that there is a quote from Professor Dumbledore that has helped her cope with her grief. The quote is from the Prisoner of Azkaban, says, "Happiness can be found in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light."
Absolutely.
So that has helped Cassie. And this was also brought to the attention of author J.K. Rowling.
Whoa.
What did author J.K. Rowling do? Not much. She sent her a care package that included all of the books that she personally autographed. And a letter of comfort written, in quotes, by Professor Dumbledore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The rest of the...
I take it Cassidy is a Harry Potter fan.
Oh, yeah. The rest of the care package to this day has remained private.
There's no telling. And that's Cassidy's business, nobody else's.
Exactly. So, Cassidy today, August 1st, 2019, so just a few months before Ron was sentenced, she married the boyfriend Matthew Peterson.
Aww.
And she prefers to live a quiet and private life. And so as far as if they have any children or anything like that, I couldn't find that anywhere.
Oh, I imagine. And then it may not even be like, maybe a made-up name or something.
Exactly.
Like you don't even know. Like, I don't blame her. Like,
Yeah. So.
That's post-traumatic stuff right there.
Yeah. So, that is the story of the Stay family murders. My bibliography for today is a website called breathecast.com. Article is 15-year-old Cassidy Stay claims angels rescued her from family massacre. One of my favorite websites, murderpedia.com. An article on houstonpublicmedia.org called Harris County Jury Sentences Ronald Haskell to Death for Killing 6 in Spring, Texas, 2014. And an article on Newsweek.com, 15-year-old shooting survivor lost her family, finds solace in Harry Potter.
There you go. So the Stay family was a family of 7?
Right.
Okay, I was just making sure because I'm not a math.
Mom, dad, and 5 children.
Okay. I was like, I'm missing somebody there.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a question and totally... Okay, no, it's more of like... So literally this sweet man, Ronald... couldn't live without his wife, Melanie, and twisted off and decided her family, Melanie's family, would know where she was, and he killed them.
Yeah.
And then he really thought that he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I am terribly sorry for that man, and may God have mercy on his soul.
Exactly. And I didn't write this down, but a few years after this, Cassidy's grandfather was interviewed by one of the stations down in the Houston area, and he said that he and his wife have often wondered if the angels that Cassidy described that was putting their hands over her mouth, and whispering in her ear, stay quiet, stay quiet. They've often wondered if that was the angels of her brothers and sisters.
Oh.
Trying to protect her.
Very well could have been.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
that's kind of sad.
yes, ma'am.
Ugh. And dark.
So,
Okay.
do you need a cop story palette cleanser?
How about a dad joke?
Right there on the spot?
Like, come on, reach down into that brain of yours, into that filing cabinet, and pull out one of them dad jokes. You know I never get them anyway.
I know. Well, I am kind of sad today.
Okay.
I read this morning that a part of my childhood is going away. The company that makes yardsticks isn't making them any longer.
Okay.
A yard is only so long, so why would they make them longer?
Yardstick. Yard. Oh. Okay, because a yardstick is only so long. It isn't going to get any longer. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah. Totally was not going to go for that. At first, I was thinking of a really pretty good yard.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so.
So are you ready to draw for next week?
Yep. I get to draw.
Mixing it up?
Yep. Hi, Binks. All right. Cryptid.
Going back to another cryptid. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that is cool.
Awesome.
We
I look
will
forward to it.
we will get that going and
What
hope
about never mind.
everybody has a great week.
All right. Class is dismissed.